Hey everybody, how is it going today? Well, this should be a super quick video. I'm just going to be doing an update on some of my recent positions that I have open right now. Plus, I'm going to be talking about the option trade that I just took on Tesla this morning. Now, if you are new to the channel, I like to find short-term and long-term trading and investing opportunities in typically lower-priced stocks. I like to find undervalued stocks with high growth potential and talk about all other things finance-related as well. If that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any future trading or investing ideas. But please remember, I am not a financial advisor, so please do all of your own research before buying any of these stocks. Hey guys, well, I only made just one trade today. I've been away from my house for most of the day, but I just got back. But I made this trade earlier in the day. I sold a covered call on my Tesla shares. Um, Here is the trade right here. It says I sold one Tesla December 4th, $680 call for $4.30. So this is expiring in 3 days. And Tesla, I sold it when Tesla was trading at about $590 a share. You can see right now it's at $582 a share, so it's only gone down about 10 bucks. And I sold the 680 call, so they're approximately $100 out of the money. But if we look and see what they're worth, I mean, the price has fallen down on this contract, to already down to about $124. So about 2/3 to 3/4 of this contract is already evaporated, which is pretty strange because that evaporated rather quickly. But I'm not going to complain about it. I mean, the objective is for Tesla to close below $680 by Friday, so I can keep this entire $430. But I haven't been selling covered calls on my Tesla shares in quite a while. Several months back, they almost got called away from me, so got a little gun shy selling my Tesla covered calls. But I think I'm going to start doing it again because the price of the options have gone up dramatically again because of the volatility that's come into it since it's been added to the S&P 500. So if I plan on sitting on these shares, I might as well try to earn some money on them. But I sold these very early in the day, and the delta, which of course is telling us the chances of it expiring in the money, the delta was at 1.11 when I sold that covered call, so only an 11% chance of expiring in the money. And now it's fallen all the way down to a 4. So the chances of this contract going worthless and me collecting the entire $430 is roughly about 95%. So this trade is working out pretty good so far. This is a great way to earn money on your shares. If you have over 100 shares or something, you can sell one contract for each 100 shares. And of course, if it's an expensive stock like Tesla that's volatile, I mean, you can get insane amounts of premium that you're selling. I mean, if you look at the 640 call, the 640 call is worth another 360 bucks. Gosh, I want to say like the 640 call when I sold mine for 420, that was trading like around 700 or 800 bucks. So now the fact that these premiums are higher, I'm going to start selling my Tesla. I'm going to start selling one Tesla covered call per week to try to earn some extra money for my trading account. And we'll follow along on this one and see how it goes. Hopefully Tesla does not have a monster up day the rest of the week, so they get called away from me. I do not want them to be called away from me, but of course, if I had to sell 100 shares of my Tesla at 680 bucks, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world technically, but I'd want to buy them back soon. But I think I'm into these for about $80 a share, so that's a pretty good profit if they do get called away from me. But I just wanted to let you guys know about this trade. This is, like I said, this is the only one I did today. I don't plan on making any other ones on my other trades that I have open. But let's jump over to the charts real quick and see how the other ones are doing today. All right, well, before we get to the other positions, I do just want to touch base on the Tesla chart real quick. I sold the 680 call. So if we look at the chart, it's roughly right there. Chances of Tesla getting there, according to the delta, is only about 5%. So I'm feeling pretty good about these so far, but as you can see, the day that it's had today, it's basically gone nowhere. It's really strange that the value of the contract has evaporated so much, but it was in a very strong uptrend. So the price on those calls were pretty expensive. So I wanted to take advantage of them. I was a little nervous putting that order in because I don't want to sell my Tesla shares. I want to hold on to them for the long term. But I mean, the value of those contracts was so high. I wanted to take advantage of them and earn some income on them. But when you're selling these contracts that are way out of the money on an expensive stock, it really only takes like one big down day for them to for those contracts to practically go to nothing. And as you can see, Tesla hasn't even really gone down much. I mean, it's basically went sideways and still like, I haven't figured out the percentage, but probably over two-thirds of that contract has already evaporated. So I could close the trade right now and still make like, I don't know, guessing, well, between 60 and 70%, I'm guessing just by looking at it. But this is a great way to earn money on shares in your account if you want to hold them for the long term, especially, like I said, if they're over $100, over a couple $100, and they have some pretty decent volatility, you can take advantage of these big up moves. Like, I don't like to sell it here when it breaks out, but when it's been extended, I don't mind selling a contract, $100 or so out of the money on Tesla. Like, I certainly wouldn't be selling $100 out of the money here. I'd wait several days for it to get extended, and then the chances of it having, 4 or 5 more big up days is much smaller than it having 4 or 5 big up days right after it breaks out, So I just wanted to show you that chart on Tesla. Hopefully it stays below 680 and I get to keep my shares and that premium. But let's jump on to IGC. All right, here is IGC. And IGC is not having the best day in the world. It is down over 17% as of this recording, but it's still above that 8-period exponential moving average, so I'm not too worried yet. Of course, I would rather it not be down this much. I'd rather have it be having another huge up day. But, if we zoom in just a little bit, this volume is just slightly higher than normal, so it's not super huge volume, so I'm not really too worried about it. I'm not thinking this is going to be one of those pump and dump type moves, but that they are certainly common with these penny stocks. So I am thinking it's going to find support at this 8-period exponential moving average and turn around and go back up. Let's go to the hourly chart real quick. If we go to the hourly chart, zoom out just a tiny bit to that other high that it had back in July, or in August, I'm sorry. We can see it's coming down to these tops, so it's really, even though it is an ugly day and nobody likes sitting through a day where your stock is down 17%, from a technical perspective, it's still above that support level, and a touch on the support level and another move up is certainly not out of the realm of possibility. And in fact, that's very common in these type of stocks. So I'm not worried about IGC just yet. I got in at $1.48, so I'm still up a fair amount in this one, but it's not a home run by any means. But I'm gonna be keeping an eye on IGC, and hopefully it hits that moving average and takes off. So let's check out the next one. Let's check out RAVE. All right, so here is RAVE Restaurant Group, ticker symbol RAVE. And this one is doing absolutely nothing today. So there is nothing new to report on RAVE. It's just continuing to go sideways and actually carve out a base. So technically that is a bullish sign because it is holding above this support level that we have from earlier inside the rounded bottom. So technically that is a good sign. I'd like to see it start moving higher because the longer it goes sideways in this type of situation, the chances of it just falling back into the base get higher and higher the longer it goes sideways. So I would rather see it take off sooner rather than later, but as far as right now, it's still in a holding pattern, and it's still looking bullish, so I'm just going to sit tight on RAVE. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, the next one I am holding is Energy Fuels, ticker symbol UUUU. And Energy Fuels has had a very volatile, concerning day because it looks like it tried to break out earlier in the day. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. But as we can see, it tried to break out in the first 15 minutes and immediately sold off, and sold off on decent volume. So this was kind of concerning when I looked at the chart. It did find support at that moving average and held it, but it's starting to trail off again. If we go back to the daily chart, we can see that it is still holding on to the 8-period exponential moving average by the skin of its teeth. But I was really hoping it was going to move up off of this moving average into higher grounds and hold it the way that it held support the day before. But selling came into it and sent it right back down. So this is going to be one that I'm going to have to pay closer attention to, because if it breaks below that moving average and starts to trail off, then, it's time to cut my losses and move on to a better opportunity. But as of UUUU, I'm still holding on to it, and I am going to wait at least a couple more days. But this is a very concerning candle. Hopefully, it's an anomaly, and it can move higher tomorrow. But let's move on to the next one. All right, here is the one I bought yesterday, Golden Minerals Company, ticker symbol AUMN. And as we can see, it is moving out of this consolidation. It's not moving out too strong. AUMN is typically not a super fast mover. I would like to see a little bit more than this, though. But nonetheless, this is still a very bullish day so far, and hopefully it moves on to higher prices and gets closer to $1 before too long. I think we could certainly see $1 if we have a couple big up days in a row. I think if it gets above $1, unless it's just totally screaming higher, I'm probably going to start ringing the register on this one, because this one, like I said, it doesn't move super fast, super far. I've been watching this one for years and years, and I've traded a few times when it's made these bullish patterns and have made some money, not huge amounts, but still, it's a somewhat predictable stock for a penny stock anyway. And I really like to trade it, and this one is working out so far. But hopefully we get some more buying that comes into this, but I'm already up just a little bit, and I really like the way this pattern is shaping up. So this one is definitely still a hold. Let's move on to the next one. All right, the next one is Repair Therapeutics, ticker symbol RPTX. And we can see that Repair Therapeutics is moving off of this 8-period exponential moving average into higher grounds. That's a good sign. If we scroll in just a little bit, it's not going up on huge volume, but that's better than nothing, so I am going to take it. And we go to the hourly chart, we can see that it is holding that support. So I was getting a little worried with how quickly it sold off, but it looks like it might have just been a shakeout. We haven't had the big move up yet, so this day, for the most part, technically means nothing. We need to move into a higher high, at least above this high, before we get too excited about it. But this is still a good sign. Like I said, it came down, touched that support again, and it is moving off of it. So a big day tomorrow would be a fantastic sign for this one to move. I think if it has a big day tomorrow, it could certainly move over 40 within the next couple of days after that, and get the momentum going back to the upside, because this chart pattern looks very bullish. This was all accumulation right here. So we should be heading into the markup period right now. If it does fail and drops through this chart pattern and starts to head down, then I'm going to have to cut my losses. I'll cut my small loss and move on to the next opportunity. But as of today's price action, RPTX looks like it could be starting to move higher. So I am very happy with today's price action. Let's go on to the next one. All right, well, there was no next one. That was the last one. But I have been so super busy these last few days, I don't know which end is up, but I am going to be getting back into the swing of things starting tomorrow, hopefully profiling some other interesting companies and coming up with some more opportunities that I see in the charts. So thank you so much if you have watched these update videos, but they should be getting a little bit more interesting starting tomorrow. But if I could ask you to please hit the like button if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would really appreciate that. And just want to say thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end. And until next time, take care, everybody.